U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry is expected to take part in the upcoming Friends of Syria donor meeting scheduled for April the 20th in the Turkish city of Istanbul. The so-called group of Friends of the Syrian People's last meeting was held in the Italian capital Rome in February 2013. Analysts believe the umbrella group of Syrian opposition parties, also known as the Syrian National Coalition, is going to make fresh appeals in Istanbul's conference to the United States to supply them with more weapons.
Suriye'de ne oluyor ki?
I wonder what it is about Syria that makes the new U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry visit Turkey and then go to the Middle East to hold talks about the Syrian conflict immediately after he takes office. It is also interesting to see that Kerry's second visit to Turkey was not long after his first one. We can see that this is all political.
Alışveriş başlatıyor. Bu alışverişin ne olduğunu hepimiz görüyoruz. Siyasi bir alışveriş var burada.
The U.S. and its allies, observers say, are considering a change in course of action after they came to the conclusion that it's not possible to overthrow the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. They note that the Western powers will use the upcoming Istanbul meeting as a PR campaign to push for a change in their tactics in the war on Syria.
Having failed to overthrow the regime in Syria, I don't think Kerry will seek to increase the tension in the country or launch a military intervention in his tenure.
The United Nations says more than 70,000 people have lost their lives in Syria since the unrest started back in March 2011. Bashar al-Assad's government has defied expectations and is standing on its feet as of now. It remains to be seen how Damascus' die-hard stance would affect the foreign powers' plans for a fresh scenario against Syria. Köksal Barın, Press TV, İstanbul.